glasses on?
No, you're good.
Yeah.
Dude, no one's gonna see your feet, bro.
Well, what if I go like this?
Then you're shoeless.
Then I'm shoeless, right? It doesn't matter. We're in my kitchen.
Dude, it doesn't matter.
Alright, so Danny Mejia. Tell the world a little bit about yourself. So tell me a little bit about how you grew up, a little bit about maybe your family, what you guys do.
So a little bit about me. I mean, I was born in Guatemala, and then I was brought here about right around 1 year old because my mom thought it was gonna be a better life for all of us. So I didn't really get a chance to actually live in Guatemala, but every 2 years.
When you were one?
Around 1 year.
You and your brother?
Correct. They brought us over here.
And that's your only sibling,
My brother's my only sibling.
Cool. Twin brother, who's pretty stand-up guy himself.
Yeah. Alex is a cool guy. But yeah, I mean, so for the past, every 2 years, we actually go to Guatemala and we, go hang out with our family. We go explore. One of our favorite places to go is actually Antigua, Guatemala, which is super beautiful because it's the prints are tribal and it's a lot of color. There's a lot of history.
Are there a lot of ruins there from years and years and years ago? Or in Antigua?
In Antigua, there's not ruins.
So that was a later developed.
Correct. Yeah, if you want ruins, you have to go to Tikal.
Tikal. Okay. Because I've been to some in Mexico.
Yeah.
Really far down south, near Guatemala and Belize, and that's the closest. And those are all Mayan ruins. Is Tikal a Mayan?
No, it's Aztec.
Aztec. Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting. Anyway, so is it every single 2 years, or have you ever missed a 2-year trip, or is it religiously every 2 to 3 years?
It's every 2 to 3 years.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
When was the first time that you went back to Guatemala?
Wow, I think it was back in 2008.
So how old were you?
I was probably 18.
18. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's 18.
So how many times have you been back to the motherland?
I've been back 3 or 4 times.
3 or 4 times.
Yeah, it's pretty religious. I'm actually going in August. Not in August, actually, in October for one of my cousin's weddings. One of my cousins, actually, the first cousin in the family to get married. So we're going all out. It's huge.
Oh, wow. When is that?
It's in October.
October. See if I can get an invite for that one.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. But yeah, we go there because of our family. We don't.
Do they need a videographer by chance?
Probably for the wedding.
Seriously. Asked. All right. Anyway, let's see what else is on the agenda. I'm dropping papers here.
That's cool.
This book is falling apart. I have notes from New York and various places that I've traveled and stuff to do vlogs.
Yeah.
I started vlogging more seriously when I went to Portland and San Francisco on my own and just wanted to, something creative to do in tribute to my dad. And I take my dad to Colombia every, couple of years. So
Yeah.
I think time is coming soon where I should start planning that trip because I took him last year to Cartagena and Barranquilla, and I actually left him there for 3 weeks with family so they could spend time with him and stuff. That was a pretty cool
That's
trip.
awesome, man. Family's important to you?
Family's very important to me. So tell me about this. I don't know if it was the last time that you went, but you climbed one volcano, is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only one
Only
volcano?
one, yeah.
What was the name of the volcano?
Volcán de Pacaya.
Volcán
De Pacaya.
Volcán de Pacaya. We have to spell it out for the people.
Yeah, they could always Google it.
How big is that city that surrounds that volcano, or how close is the nearest city?
It's not big at all. I think the little community right at the summit would probably have to be 100 plus people.
100 plus.
Yeah, it's very.
And they live around the summit?
They live right around the summit, yeah.
Wow.
You literally have to drive up, and then there's a place where you can park your car, and then there's a little community volcano tourist center where you get you get a tour guide, you could pay to go up.
On a donkey or like a horse?
Well, they do have those options. It's actually a horse. You don't have to. You could be brave and do it yourself.
Why would you want to ride a horse when? Well, it just depends. You know, I've never climbed a mountain. I've gone hiking.
Yeah, I mean, I've never gone hiking either. I think it's cool. I mean, that's actually like how, Aroma necklaces like actually got created, was conceptualized, was because of the volcano and that ability to just understand not everyone has it the same.
Yeah.
It's like perspective.
Tell me about that lava stone. Tell me about how, I guess, like what kind of energy does it bring, or what people do with his Aroma necklaces, which I'm wearing a bracelet right now. You can actually get a close up of it.
That's our energy collection. So we have bright color stones. That one's probably one of our most popular because it has different colors to it. And what we found out is that people just love associating colors with their jewelry.
Yeah, I wear a lot of black, so this is perfect for me. And then blue is kind of like the color of my business-ish. So
yeah.
Thank you very much for this nice gift. I'm loving it. I've rubbed some of my citrusy essential oil on it, and yeah, I feel like it makes a difference. It makes me more kind of alert and focused at times, which probably is not being displayed by this podcast and how it's gone all over the place. So let's talk a little bit about your brand and why you decided to actually get into merchandising or the social media merchandising business.
Yeah. So I think what I want my brand to be known for, or Aroma necklaces to be known for, is that we sell fashion forward necklaces and bracelets that have aromatherapy benefits online. And then we also give a portion of our profits back to educational resources.
And I know you were contributing a huge amount because of the recent volcano.
Yeah.
Do you know the name of that volcano that erupted?
That's the Volcano de Fuego. That's right outside of Antigua.
Wow. Yeah, and how many, what was the impact of
They
that?
say over 70 people died.
Yeah.
And it's tragic to me because it's not like a tornado or like a hurricane. Like when you die like that, like that's tragic. Like you're burning to death.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm drowning. So to me that's even more like a reason why I just have to give back.
Do the lava stones represent anything to you?
Yeah, I mean, the lava stone represents to me, grounding emotionally and spiritually, and also just to remember the volcano that I climbed in order to, actually come to the idea of being able to help people and how I could personally impact their life. So it represents that, and, it also represents a vehicle for you to, explore with aromatherapy.
Nice. Awesome. Good explanation. I have no further questions now. I wanted to talk a little bit about your purpose around both your product and your business or brand. Let's just say, what's the biggest purpose? You kind of explained it more or less just now, but what's your biggest purpose around the actual pieces themselves, and then what's the biggest purpose around your brand and what you stand for and stuff like that?
Exactly. So I think the first thing we have in mind is, because we want to make things like appealing to our supporters, so always leading with fashion forward designs, making sure the colors are what's popular, making sure that they look trending, they look trendy, and being able for them to have a nice aesthetically looking piece of jewelry where they could actually diffuse their essential oil. Like that's to me important because you should never have to be like shamed or like bullied because you don't have something that's like not in fashion. I mean growing up I had to deal with that, so like I don't want anyone to be like, oh, I can't wear my aromatherapy scent because people are gonna be like, that's not cute, or like that's not socially acceptable.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no more excuses. We're gonna create something that's fashion forward and that could also give you that benefit. So people are like, man, that's really cute, or hey, that looks really good. Like, dude, that's a dope bracelet.
I was going for cute. So thanks. Yeah, I feel I'm not even wearing a watch or anything. I'm just kind of casually.
So I think, that would be how I would answer that question, is just, making sure we're fashion forward and people have the utility of that. I think big picture, I want to be able to give back. I want to be able to give back more than I receive, because I have this philosophy where if you give back more than you ever take, the universe has no choice but to fill a void for you.
Mm-hmm.
And for the universe to be like, you've given so much, like there is no possible way that we cannot give you what you gave in return.
Yeah, because you were doing a big contribution towards the victims. Are you still doing that? Or?
Yeah, that's still on.
Yeah,
I'm running that campaign till October, because that's when I personally go over there for the wedding.
Wow.
So I'm gonna spend a couple of days.
That's a huge 40% is a huge. That's huge. So
yeah, but I mean, like I said, it's one of those things where it's just like I have everything that I could possibly need right now.
Yeah.
Like I have public transportation, I have my own car, I have public library, I have the options to be able to borrow money if I ever wanted to go to school, or if I didn't have the money.
Mm-hmm.
So all of those things that people take for granted, unfortunately here in the United States, is something that it's mind-blowing to me that these people over there in a third world country that actually really truly need it because they're in severe poverty don't have the chance for it.
Right.
And I'm like,
that reminds me of when I visited a small village called Chapchoven, Mexico, which population is probably like 800-ish. And they burn their trash. They don't have vehicles to come pick up their trash. They have to drop it off somewhere.
mm-hmm.
So people just burn it instead. And the education, like they have very little books, no real internet, things like that. So getting those types of resources to those communities who are, I don't want to say being left behind, but when it comes to technology, they are being left behind, because if you go to San Francisco and then you go to a village like Tikal or, wherever, you're going to see a lot of people behind in the times, which is an okay thing, if they're getting by the way that they have. But definitely education, school, all of that is extremely important. So it's cool that you're contributing to those areas. And the next question was, how have you helped or inspired other people? Well, that's pretty much how you help. Any other ways that you inspire others through your branding or through your product?
I think most importantly is to think on a smaller level than think more global. I think right now, like, I'm really focused on inspiring people around me to go out there and to take the shot on their dream, to give their idea a chance. Like, I want to be that light for this generation, especially for my community right now, because I personally went to school with some people that I believe have a lot of potential and a lot of talent. They just need that extra push, or somebody to tell them, hey, this is how you would do it.
Right.
And to be able just to be that person where they're like, hey, he could do it. Like, why can't I?
Yeah, and you're doing it mostly through social media right now. So
all of our efforts are on social media, yeah.
So you took the time to learn Shopify, how to maximize merchandise on Shopify, connecting with wholesalers on, getting that jewelry. What would you say is the most challenging part of creating a brand or your startup? What was your biggest challenge?
I think for every one of our supporters that come into contact know exactly what we stand for. Like, that's the most critical part, I think, in any life of a business, is somebody has to know what you stand for, like your value or your purpose or what you want to be known for. Because when people recall your brand, they want to recall like some type of strong emotion. Because if not, you become a commodity and you literally just become a price shop business. So I think for us to maintain the quality and the high conversations that people are having, like at brunch and dinner when they're wearing our jewelry, is, that we're fashion forward, that we make, necklaces and bracelets that have aromatherapy benefits, and then we also sell them online. And then on top of that, we contribute to educational resources in Guatemala. So a company, I believe, that's like for profit but also has solve social problems, is going to be the next generation of business, because people and consumers are becoming smarter and smarter.
Yeah.
And they'll be able to sniff out a company that's just in it for the profit.
Yeah, being authentic,
100% authentic and 100% transparent, and just being able to, like, our community needs to have like the heartbeat of our company. Like, they need to know where we're at, what we're doing, like where the orders are, and making sure that if customers have questions, like they're getting answered within like 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Awesome. So I know your brand is only 4 months old, and you hit a milestone of like $1,000 recently in 1 month, which is awesome.
No, at the time of this video, I'm actually at 2.
You're at 2,000
Yeah.
for the month?
For the month.
All right. So last time we talked, he was was Saturday?
It was like Saturday. Yeah.
He was at 380 subscribers, something like that, and now he's like close to 700 in 3 days. So he's growing that brand. He's actually giving a lot of attention to growing his social media.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
That's what I learned too, is like when, if you really look and study like what a laser beam is compromised of, it's just focused light. That's all it is. It's just focused light. So if I could focus my energy and all of my efforts on one thing, there's nothing that I can't get done.
Yeah.
So I try to take on one thing at a time and do it the best that I can. So that's why I'm going so heavy on Instagram, because like that's the easiest way where you can see what's recently trending, and how to just talk to your community through direct messages.
Yeah, awesome.
It's all our bracelets.
You didn't bring any handbags or anything?
No handbags. We're actually gonna start carrying this Mala.
Or wallets. I saw the wallets. The wallets look pretty cool. You hit a milestone. You hit another milestone, 2,000 in sales in a month for the month of June. So, is that 30 day? Like we're still not at the end of the month.
Correct.
So you're gonna hit 2. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm excited about our growth. I think, because we're really giving the right product to the right people. We have a good market fit, because the aromatherapy business is actually growing. Like, there's been articles like on Forbes and Entrepreneur magazine that it's expected to grow, by another couple billion.
Wow.
And, like, by 2026.
Awesome.
So I'm just.
And that's what business specifically?
The industry is actually aromatherapy. Oils. Aromatherapy.
Essential oils and stuff like that. Cool. Yeah. Well, this one's working pretty nicely for me. I feel like it's giving me some energy. I'm like, I sniff it every once in a while.
Oh yeah. Or you don't even really have to smell it. You just the scent lingers around you.
No, I make sure anytime I'm in a business meeting, I just put it up to my nose. Yeah. And I'm just like. All right. So, tell me, growth, identity, conflict. Go.
Growth.
I'm just
growth. No, that's actually a good stack. I think growth. I think every day I'm focusing on how to run a cleaner business.
Okay.
Like how to do things more structured, and how to have a structure to where I could kind of like create it into a system and it automatically gets done for me. So then I could just focus all my efforts on telling our story of our company, and overseeing like better products and more fashion trends be brought into our brand. So that's my growth right now. Identity.
That's your brand, I would think, right? Your identity, unless you identify as like a binary person. We're getting the transgender now. No, I'm kidding. So, what's your
identity? My brand identity?
I don't know.
My
it's just
identity.
one word. how do you
I
identify?
think I look at myself as a force for good, a force for change. That's my identity. That's how I want to be seen by others.
Serious question. What do you check off? Hispanic or Latino and white, or what do you
No,
check on
I'm
those?
100% Hispanic.
Hispanic.
I'm a Hispanic person,
Okay. But sometimes there's an option where
bro. Other?
the Hispanic and non-Hispanic are
Yeah.
always like one question, or sometimes they're one question, and then the next one is like, all right, and what race or nationality are you? So you just put.
Hispanic.
It's very interesting. I don't know why they have those questions on anything anymore, but that's neither here nor there. Where do you see? Okay, so that's identity. You identify as someone who's fashion forward, who's Hispanic.
I mean, I don't really associate myself to any type of race, but it's because I am Hispanic. But I think, yeah, like you said, I look at myself as a hard worker, somebody that stands for good in the community, and just a positive light that, if I could do it, you could do it. I always want to be a practitioner in everything that I do, so that way I could, regurgitate like solid advice to you, because I'm not gonna guide you in a direction I've never went.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
So
a good force to identify as. And then, where do you see yourself in the next, like by the end of the year? How many sales are you striving for to have in 1 month by the end of the year?
by the end of the year,
By the end of the year,
5,000
5,000.
a month.
Okay, that's a good healthy number.
We could do it.
Yeah,
We could
I
definitely
believe in you.
I believe in myself. I believe in my company. I believe in everyone that's affiliated with us. Because we have a wholesale channel, and we also have a rep channel where people could actually sign up to be a brand ambassador for our company. So I think that's beautiful, because it's it's just like you and I are having a conversation. If I like that bracelet, you're more inclined to tell me, hey, this is where I got it from. Like, you might want to check them out.
AromaNecklaces.com. We didn't talk about it, but
Mm-hmm.
the site where you can purchase this cool jewelry will be. I'll put it on the below, in the link below.
Yeah.
And then, so that's by the end of the year that you want to be at 5,000. Where, I guess my biggest question is, like, what was your biggest milestone so far? I know you said the 1,000 in a month, 2,000 in 2 months, but was there like an order that you're like, all right, cool, or
The
like
100th.
it was the 100th order?
Yeah. It was the 100th. It was exciting, because we actually got to see when it came in, who it was, where they were from.
Did you give them any? Did you like?
Yeah, we gave them some free stuff.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah. So it was pretty awesome. We got the notice on our back
When was
end.
that?
I would have to say it was probably like a couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago.
But it was awesome.
Yeah, 100. That's good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
100 customers. So, what do you know where you're at now? Because you've had a lot of growth since those 2
Probably
weeks.
like 400.
400?
customers.
You went from 100 to 400 in 2 weeks?
Oh no, in the 2 weeks.
Because you said it happened a couple of weeks
It
ago.
happened a couple weeks ago. Yeah. We just got the update that we hit 100. So I gotta review where my orders are at.
Yeah, that's still a huge milestone. So keep it going. Because you had, how many did Elvis order?
He ordered
King to Barber.
10.
He ordered 10.
Yeah.
So
We started with 10.
what was your biggest order? I guess 10, or have people bought?
I think that's one of our biggest, because if you want to say like a lump sum order, because it's more of a wholesale side.
Yeah, because you do mainly retail.
Mainly retail.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where you can find these necklaces, aromanecklaces.com. And then what kind of advice or statement do you want to leave for the rest of the world?
The rest of the world.
Or just, any particular audience that you want to speak to, the moms that are entrepreneurs online, or, people who are just looking for something, maybe looking for purpose, looking for, I don't know, any particular audience group, just people your age, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
People who went to college, who didn't go to college, who are looking for...
Yeah. I think the smartest decision you'll probably ever make in your life is to believe that you can do it. Just to believe that you could do it. Start with that. Like, if you can hone that feeling of I can do this, and you know exactly why you're doing it, like there's no limit to your potential. Like, I feel like every day someone should be focused on like the pursuit of their own like potential, because you're only investing in yourself at that point.
Right.
So I think just to keep things simple, believe in yourself would be number one. Number two, get really, really good at what you're doing. Be excellent. Because nowadays with social media, like if you create a bad product or you have a bad service, you're more likely to not be in business because of that reason. So make quality products and have excellent customer service. And then number three is, give back, contribute. It doesn't have to be monetary. You could contribute to your time to somebody, mentor them, take a couple emails from people that look up to you, a couple texts, a couple calls, just to kind of get people back on the right direction.
12 hours a week, 12.8 hours a week of giving back. Now, if you're giving back in time, I like to think of it in like terms of percentage, like 10% of your time or 10% of what you make if you're able to afford.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to give away all your time, but
right. Something at least like 10%. I feel like is a good number. But yeah, any parting words for anyone who is watching? Thank you so much, by the way, for checking out Aroma necklaces and a little bit about Danny and how he's building his brand. But any
I want to share one of my favorite quotes here. Yeah. So one of my favorite quotes is actually by Karen Lamb.
Okay.
She says, "A year ago, you wish you would have started today." So I just do it now. Whatever it is that you have, whatever it is that you want, like just do it now. Find a way to do it. So many people procrastinate. So many people start to think, what if, and then like a year goes by and they're like, man, I haven't even started that. So my best.
They're going through some other struggles, like with a relationship or with family or anything, that is a distraction, and they focus their time, energy, and attention all on a problem instead of the solution, what you can be doing on a day-to-day basis to reach your goals.
Yeah, so that's true too, because life is gonna throw tremendous blows at you, but it's not the like Jim Rohn says, it's not the direction of the wind, it's the set of the sail.
Who says that?
Jim Rohn.
Jim Rohn.
And that means like no matter how life pushes at you, no matter what direction the wind is coming out, you could always set the sail to the direction that you want to go.
Yeah, that's good.
So
that's a good piece of advice.
I love that quote by Jim Rohn.
And what was the other quote?
By Karen Lamb.
Karen Lamb?
Yeah, Karen Lamb said, a year later, you would have wished you started today.
Yeah, a year later, you wish you could have started today. All right. On that note, thank you so much for coming by. Yeah, absolutely. Episode 2 of the BWC podcast with Danny Mejia, and how to kind of grow a brand from scratch, which I think he's doing a pretty amazing job at, building, not just income, but building a product that people can trust, and that is fashion forward, and that has purpose behind it. So thank you for being on, and we will chat again at the end of the year when you've reached your goal of 5,000 a month.
Absolutely. And if you guys want to follow me, all of social media channels, Aroma Necklaces, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You could also find me on my personal page, Dan Mejia _, and then we could connect that way.
Cool. So I'll link all that information below in the comment section, or if this is like a piece that's going on Instagram, we'll link it on Instagram. But yeah, thanks for coming by, and tell me a little bit about your company.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right. essential oil with you?
I don't. What's that?
This is essential oil. Do you want to try it?
Which one? Is that peppermint?
No.
What is it?
I think it's tangerine. Or like citrusy. What is citrus good for?
Focus, energy.
Focus, energy.
It's mostly energy because it's energizing.
Okay. I just roll it. I roll it on there.
That's what I do.
So you do?
Yeah.
Do you have this type of bottle?
Uh-huh.
Alright, cool. Gotta get ready. Gotta put it all in the beer.
Okay.
So I have the energy and focus that I need. Alright.
That's what it's for, bro. You know what I've learned, bro? Is just like you just gotta be natural at it. You just have to embody your story, bro. You ever heard of Yaya?
She's got so much going on. I've been stressed out.
I know.
So I need that that
How's
good
it smell, bro? How's your
oils.
bracelet
How do
smell?
you calling oil?
We gotta get you on a lavender,
Does
bro.
do you know anybody who sells like?
Yeah, I could get some.
Okay, sounds good.